Hi. Alright, so I have some news to break. I am moving to China. Yes. I'm actually moving there to do my master's. I'll be doing a master's in Tsing Hua in environmental science, engineering, and management for the next 2 years. And I thought I will start off by sharing a bit of why I decided to do this. So why in the first place did I even decide to go back to school, after having worked for about 4 years, right? Honestly, everything was going pretty well at work. Started to have some achievements of my own. Coming from a psychology or social science background, there were times that I felt kind of like an imposter doing sustainability work, especially because I felt like I didn't have the knowledge and technical skills to go even further and have even more impact in this area. With that, let's talk about the reasons why I chose China, why I chose Tsing Hua, and also why I chose this program. Right, so I think the first reason might shock you guys the most. China isn't just one of the largest, most promising economies. They're also one of the most aggressive when it comes to sustainability and environmental efforts, right? While the whole world is, kind of stuck in limbo or inaction, China is already doing so much in this space, and honestly, it has been very inspiring reading some of the articles and stories as well. And so that's why I was so drawn to China. The second reason was more related to the program itself, right? So I think there are a few countries, a few universities that offer this course, but Tsing Hua was really one of the top few when it came to this particular course in environmental science, engineering and management. And what was so different about Tsing Hua's course is that it's a combination of these three different areas that are usually sort of segmented, right, in other universities. And I think I was very interested to find out how engineering, management, policy work even, how they all come together to affect the entire ecosystem of environmental services or sustainability. Interesting thing about Tsing Hua is that a lot of the environmental work that China does as a country, they rely or work very closely with the professors and students at Tsing Hua to make some of these policies and drastic efforts. And so that I really felt like that was exactly where I want to be, where I can see all this happen in real time and be acquainted with the people who are driving this forward. So that is the first reason why China, why Tsing Hua, why this course. The second reason is actually a little bit more personal. So I'm getting married and I'm getting my house next year. And so I really wanted to choose a country that was at least in the same time zone as Singapore. So that would make it easier for me to work with all the different stakeholders, which is low-key is my family and my fiance back home, to make the entire process, so I could be involved in the entire process though. The third reason is a financial. I was very lucky and privileged to be offered 2 different scholarships to Tsing Hua, and so given that I won't be earning an income in the next 2 years, also given that I'll be paying for my wedding and my house next year, this felt like the right decision for me. So those were the 3 main reasons why I decided that I'm going to move to China and do my master's there for the next 2 years. I'm not gonna lie, I am extremely excited, but I'm also extremely nervous. In Singapore we claim that we are bilingual, but to be honest, I only use my Chinese to order food, sing karaoke, or watch Chinese drama. And honestly, that makes me really worried. I'm worried that I won't be able to survive there, but there's only one way to find out, right? Which is to just jump right in. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So yeah, those were the reasons why I decided to move to China and do my master's there. And you know what, I think it will be a very exciting journey, alongside me trying to juggle all the wedding preparation and the house preparation. But yeah, join me as I go through this new chapter of my life. In the next few months leading up to my move, I will be documenting, the things that I'll miss in Singapore, just for memory's sake. I'll be posting more content here as well on my move to China, the different preparation work that I had to do, and also, when I'm in China, I'll also be documenting that entire journey down myself and for good memories. So yeah, I guess this is also a short video of like why I decided to start this channel. And follow along if you follow along.